Hi, this is Pam, Flower Patch Farmhouse, with another painting tutorial for you. Today we're going to do these fall leaves. What I did was I took a actual maple leaf, put it on my copier, and made a copy of it to use the outline. And I take a piece of graphite paper, put it on my surface, and go along the outline, and it makes the pattern for me. On the dark surface, such as this, I would use a white graphite paper to make the outline. And that's how I start. Now I'll get my colors together and my palette ready, and we'll come back and get started. Today I'm going to use a combination of these colors. These are Deco Art Americana craft acrylics, and this is Tangelo Orange, Cadmium Yellow, Spicy Mustard, Georgia Clay, and Cranberry Wine. And I will use, like I said, a combination of these colors in these leaves. Not every single color in every leaf. I'm going to start with this Spicy Mustard and the Georgia Clay, and I'm going to use the Cadmium Yellow to brighten up at the edge. And I always start by double loading my brush. This is a 3/4 inch plaid, one stroked on a dewberry brush. And I'm going to load it, load it, load it. And I might dip and get a little bit of brighter yellow just to spark it up a little bit. Really load it up there. Now the nice thing about this technique is if at first you don't succeed, go right back over it. This is going to be on this chisel edge a lot. You're not going to lean your brush to the side very much because you want to get those spikies in there. And I've come back to the center, spiky, 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 come back to the center, spiky, spiky. You see it's getting dry, so I'm going to reload. And then I'm going to go back to the center, spiky, spiky, and come to a point. Now you notice I don't cover the pattern completely. I would go back and erase those lines that were showing. Those lines are just a guideline. They're not something that have to stay on there, and you don't have to follow it precisely. So this, I'm going to go the other direction. So spiky, 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 spike. Go to the center, spiky, spiky, spike, go to the center, spiky, spiky, spike, go to the tip. I got a double tip there, so I need to go back over it a little bit and make it one tip. And then I'd come back in and make the stem. And there is your first maple leaf. Now I'm going to trade out a color. Like I want this next one, I will have the orange to the outside. Let's see if we can see that in the camera well. Okay. And I will add a little bit of the cranberry wine so that we have an even, just a little more red in it, or berry color. And so I'm still got both the Spicy Mustard and the Georgia Clay in my brush, but then I'm going to dip, I guess I should show you, dip my corner in the cranberry wine, and I'll still get more orange. And right on the tip you'll see a little bit of the berry wine. Now let's see how this works. Let's see how it goes. Spiky, 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 go to the tip, come back. Spiky, 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 go to the tip, come back. And you see my yellow is getting kind of wiped out there. I will have to go back over that. Let me see. Spiky, 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 go to the tip. More yellow is showing. Sorry, that's my Periscope notifications on my phone. Okay, and let me do the other side. Spiky, 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 go to the tip. Center, spiky, spiky, go to the tip, center, reload because it's starting to get dry, and then start back at the center, spiky, spiky, go to the tip. And you can drag your stem in now, or you can go in and fix these if you want. Now, you could fix them a number of ways. You see this needs more yellow showing, so I'll just go back over it. Follow basically my former lines, and that added a bit more yellow. And then this side, see there's a gap showing in there. I can just fill it up, or I can go in and add some more streakies in there. You kind of play with it, figure out what works for you, and then you add your stem. And there is your yellow center and orange background. I'm going to switch to the dark. You can see how it's done on a darker surface. Just let me move that board over here and we'll work on that one. For this one, I'm going to try a little bit brighter colors. So this one is going to have the Tangelo orange and the cadmium yellow. And double load your brush again, like I had showed you before. And I may want to come back and touch into the berry wine. We'll see how it goes. Or I can go back over to get some of my my spicy mustard yellow. Now the Tangelo orange, I think, has even less opacity, and so I may want to go back. Or you may like the more translucent look. Okay, here's my pattern. I don't know if you can see it. And I'm going to do the spiky, 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 come to the center, spiky, spiky, go to the tip. I'm running out, so I will get some more paint. Notice it's real gloppy as far as the yellow, so I'll get less yellow on. Come back, go spiky, spiky, come to the tip. And spiky, 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 go to the tip, come back. Spiky, 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 come to the tip, go back. I hope that's making sense. And then spiky, 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 go to the tip. And then there's your stem. And there's a bright one. Now you can really see through that more, but that's okay. I wanted the more translucent look on here, and that the brighter orange really shows up on this surface. Now let's do one with the yellow on the outside, and I'll go ahead and add the berry wine just to give it some depth in the center, and maybe a little bit of that darker yellow, the spicy mustard yellow to the cadmium yellow. Okay, yellow on the outside. Oh, I always start at the bottom. For me, for some reason, it's easier. And let me make sure I've got you in the camera and that you're nice and clear in focus. Okay, spiky, 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 go to the tip, slide back. Spiky, 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 go to the tip, slide back. More on the brush. Add a little more wine. A little more wine's always better. And then you go spiky, 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 go to the tip. You notice the tip's not as long as some of the others. Just all leaves are different. I get some more of that spicy mustard on there. More wine with the orange. And I'm going to go the other side. Spiky, 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 go back to the center. Spiky, 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 tip, go back to the center. And that one's a real spiky one. Like I said, if any time you don't like the way it looks, you can always go back over it later. You can, once you turn it over and say, I think that one looks a little funky, I'm not going to go with it. But there we go. And there is our bright yellow leaf. And that edge right there is just not showing up very well, that yellow. So we could go back in there and fix it. And there we have it. So there is how you do fall leaves. I hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you for joining me. If you want more painting tutorials, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel or check out my website at flowerpatchfarmhouse.com. Next time, I'm not sure what I'm bringing, but it'll be good.